What is good, YouTube? Welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, we are going to be talking about the brand new bold content coming tomorrow in NBA 2K24 MyTEAM. And I'm not going to lie, this week's content sucks, except for potentially Pink Diamond Nick Claxton. That card might be an absolute demon. So we're going to talk about him in a little bit. But point being, I actually think Jaime Hawkins might be pretty good as well. Both the Pink Diamonds look interesting to me. Ja will be fun, but not elite. Jalen Williams, Del Curry, we'll see. I don't know. Ja is just a small PG. I'm kind of sick of small PGs. They dropped a small PG in Steph Curry in the first bold set. Now they drop another one in Ja, and it's like, yeah, we know. Y'all are going to drop small PGs because they're the cards that people are like, I don't know. They're just not that desirable at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, Ja is a very good name, but I don't think anybody out here is getting super excited about a 6'3" Ja Morant. That's just the honest truth, and there's nothing wrong with saying that. It's the truth, and that's okay. There are people out there, I'm sure, Grizzlies fans and Ja fans are out there excited about this card, but outside of that, like, I don't think people are getting super excited about a brand new Ja Morant card. Like, no disrespect to Ja at all. It's just the card itself is not going to be anything special whatsoever at the PG spot compared to all of the other point guards that we have. And it's like, everybody knows what we want from this. We want an elite level small forward with a fast release. We want an elite level center who's got size. We want a big, tall point guard. We want guys who are competitive level, elite level cards. And unfortunately, this is just not consistently what seems to drop in these promos. And honestly, I'm not even entirely sure why that is. But I lied. I am sure why it is. It's because these are the money makers. These cards aren't there to make money for 2K. And I mean, we got lucky last week with a Dark Matter Bill Russell, who is absolutely phenomenal and very much worth his grind. Really, really good card. But I just think in general, we're not consistently getting the drops that we really want. I don't know. Like, obviously, I don't think this is a card anybody's getting excited about tomorrow. He's not. Ja Morant will likely be good. I'm sure they're going to change his SIGs, and I'm sure he'll be a fun small PG to use. He has a fast release. I know that. His SIGs are terrible on his base card, but I'm sure they'll change dribble style, escape, behind the back, drag back. They honestly kind of have to change all of that for him to be particularly good. You need all those SIGs changed. But if they change up all his SIGs, put his release on very quick, which I'm sure it will be, and maybe change the fade as well, you got yourself an elite level PG for a small PG. He'll be fun to use. He's only 6'2", but he's got a 6'7" wingspan. I'm sure they'll soup the crap out of his stats and badges, and he'll even have defense, of course, even though he doesn't really deserve it. The card will be very, very fun and very, very solid. But at the end of the day, it's another 6'2" point guard. The card is not going to be next level insane or anything like that, or a must-have card. And honestly, it's a little bit disappointing. Del Curry, he's an opal. Del Curry's got a little more size at point guard. He's 6'5" with a 6'8" wingspan. But in all honesty, like, how good is Del Curry opal going to be? I'm sure they won't be giving him defense. His best card last year was this card, which was not a great defender, not super athletic. I mean, you're probably looking at a guy tomorrow in Del Curry who's at 80 driving dunk, 75 driving dunk, and I mean, he's going to be a great shooter with a good release, I am certain, but not probably unbelievable shot creation or anything. Probably, definitely, well, almost certainly not an elite level defender. Like, I just don't realistically see them dropping Del Curry as all this great of a card. And then Jalen Williams, his release isn't good. So, like, even if they do make him good on paper, which I think this card will probably be very solid. He'll be a two-way beast. He'll be a very good card. He hasn't got a card since Season 3 and very much is deserving of one. But he's 6'5". He's 6'5" with a 7'2" wingspan, to be fair. And I'm sure he will be a very well-rounded card. He will be able to defend. He will have interior ability. He will be versatile. But his release is not good. And unless they change a significant amount of stuff animation-wise for him, too, which he's only an opal, so likely he's going to see less animation changes, maybe just one or two things. In general, I just don't see any of these opal or dark matters really being particularly worth the grind whatsoever. For me personally, I grinded out Steph, and I grinded out Bill Russell. Bill Russell was a must grind for me. Steph, I grinded out because I was good doing his agendas basically alongside Bill Russell, and I had done most of them already, so I just finished it up to get him. I don't think I'm going to be grinding this Ja Morant. I don't have any personal motivation to get this card on my account, and I'm good, honestly. I think I will pass on putting the amount of time and effort that it's going to take to get this Ja Morant on my account. Now, Pink Diamond Jaime Hawkins, Pink Diamond Nick Claxton are both interesting to me, and there will also be one other Pink Diamond coming tomorrow. And I'm going to be honest, I know this is not normally what y'all probably want to hear, but the Pink Diamonds might be the most interesting and the best cards from tomorrow's drop for a couple reasons. Number one, the agendas to get these Pink Diamonds will likely be relatively easy because they're not that hard to get. The Pink Diamonds are the lower tier cards that are free. They'll probably be pretty easy to get. You won't have to complete the whole set of agendas like you do for Ja, obviously. Not only that, Jaime Hawkins, number one, he's got a good release. His release on normal normal was good. Will he get any changed animations, any sped up animations? That is unlikely as a pink diamond. I would love it if they change dribble style, improve some animations and things like that. So that will limit him if he doesn't get any sort of changed animations. But on paper, at least stat and badge wise, the card will be able to shoot at a high level. He will be a very, very good defender, I'm almost certain. And he will have pretty good speed and pretty good dunking ability as well. A versatile, really, really good card at the shooting guard position. And Jaime Jaquez is, I mean, he's only 6'6", but he's got a decent player build. I remember his Emerald being a really, really nice budget card, like super duper cheap budget card for that time, and I think he will be a stud. I also think Nick Claxton, even more so, will probably be a stud. His Ruby was incredible and is still a really interesting card. Now, this pink diamond Nick Claxton will likely have closer to 85, 90 speed instead of 79. He's going to have similarly incredible defensive ability, but a bunch more hoffs. Still an elite dunker. He's got an 88 3-ball on this card. So now you get this Nick Claxton with maybe a 90 3-ball and some shooting badges on him, and you're going to have a guy who has a decent release, who can shoot the ball at a high level, has great speed at the center position, really nice player build and size, and the ability to stretch the floor at a high level, can shoot. And he doesn't have to play center. He can play power forward as well. He's going to have the athletic ability, I believe, to do that as well. And we'll see if he gets any sort of ball handling ability, any sort of SIGs at all, because I don't really expect that. He doesn't have any sort of animation, so he may be limited as a playmaker. But again, as a budget card, as a easy to get hole filler on your team, Nick Claxton might be a beast. That's the thing. I'm not sitting here saying Jaime Jaquez and Nick Claxton are going to be the best cards in the game at their positions by any means, because they're not. But I do think it is fair to say that they will likely both be very good. And me personally, I am excited to see how good they really are and what ends up coming of these cards, basically. Because I think they do have the potential to be interesting. I mean, budget card options specifically. That's what I'm really intrigued by this drop by far. Because obviously, I cannot personally get myself excited about a Dark Matter Ja Morant. That card does nothing exciting for me. I'm sorry, it just doesn't. Like, I don't know. It is what it is. It's just my personal opinion. But I just don't really see even a realistic reason whatsoever to consider by grinding this drop. For me personally, unless you are a Ja fan. If you are a Ja Morant fan, go out and get the card. If you want to have some fun with him, go for it. But he's not going to be better than Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That I can guarantee. He almost certainly, I would be stunned if he's, I mean, he's not going to be better than Gilbert Arenas too. He's shorter than Gilbert Arenas. He's probably not going to have off movable enforcer like Gilbert does. At best, his animations will likely look pretty similar to Gilbert's. So, like, I just don't see him, like, he'll be good. No doubt he'll be good. But we got a free World Be Free today who does pretty much the exact same thing that this Ja's going to do. You know what I mean? We got a free Steph 2 weeks ago. We're getting short point guards galore. Jason Kidd. There's a billion point guards we can be using. Austin Reeves already came out last season. A ton of people are using that card. He'll probably be a better 300 or at least as good as Ja Morant. Like, in general, I find it very hard to justify grinding this drop, and it's really disappointing to me, in all honesty, to see this drop be quite as disappointing as it is, because it is a real disappointment. This is not a very good drop at all, and I think that is something that is unfortunately going to wind up at some point. I don't know. It doesn't matter that much, I guess, but it's disappointing to see. That's really what I should say. And I'm hoping that next week we get a better player, because week 1 was Steph, not that great. Week 2 was Bill Russell, phenomenal. Week 3, Ja Morant, not that great. Week 4, you want to give us another really good card, another super viable competitive level option? That would be phenomenal. And honestly, if they do that, I'll be happy. I'm not going to be mad if it's not every week that's good content, but I want at least some of it to be good content. And unfortunately, tomorrow's does not look like it's going to be that way. So with that being said, it's going to do it for this video. I hope y'all did enjoy. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. I'll be back with more 2K content very, very soon, and I appreciate y'all. Peace.